Hi friends, and welcome to my second What I Eat in a Day video on the Sam Cooks Kindness YouTube channel. Today I'm bringing you on a regular old day of eating. I have been vegan for 5 years, almost 6 years, and I've been following a whole food plant-based diet for the majority of that time with some vegan junk food thrown in here and there. But right now I'm following a whole food plant-based diet. I have been consistent since October with this, and I'm down 15 pounds, down about 60 pounds from my highest weight when I was pregnant. So all of that weight loss has been done and maintained on a vegan diet, whole food plant-based. The last 15, I've been completely oil-free. I follow a mostly like starch solution-esque diet with a little bit of leniency here and there because I like to live my life. But I'm all about figuring out what's easiest right now. So I'm going to bring you on a day of normal eating for me. Just dropped off my kids. Before I drop them off, I always pop about a pound of zucchini in my air fryer and I put it in there for about 7 minutes. And by the time I get back, I am ready to add in my hash browns. So these are just vegan, well, obviously vegan. They're oil-free hash browns. I just get them from Aldi, and they're just the easiest thing for me right now. It's a little bit more expensive to buy them this way instead of like shredding them on your own, but it saves me so much time, so this is what I do. So I'm going to pop this in the air fryer, cook that up with the zucchini for another about 15 minutes at like 375, and then I'll show you how I top it. Okay, so this is my potatoes and zucchini straight out of the air fryer, and then I add on my favorite toppings. This was in my last video, but the sound was not great, so I'm just going to show you how I do this again. So I love sauces and condiments, so I pile on the knockoff Frank's, and then some ketchup, which is also Aldi brand, the organic Aldi ketchup, and then this is probably the controversial topping. I add on hummus. It makes it so creamy. I know this is a lot of sauces and stuff, but I'm telling you, you have to try it. It's so delicious. So most of my meals kind of look like this setup where I focus on low calorie density foods. So I have a pound of zucchini in there to bulk up my meal because I'm a big volume eater. And then I have the potatoes for sustenance, energy, to fill me up. And then I add on sauces for flavor, and I add on a little bit of a fat as a topping. And then some meals I will focus a little bit more on protein, but for breakfast, this is good enough. I love this breakfast so much. I eat it pretty much every day right now. I always get into like obsessions, and right now this is it, and it will probably be it for a while. It's so good. So good. One thing to keep in mind about the hummus, if you are trying something like this, is that I make my own hummus, so I can control the amount of fat in it. I know that it's oil-free, but if you're using a store-bought hummus, you may want to check the label. You may want to end up using a little bit less because it may be a little bit more calorie dense than if you were making it at home. But I will link to my homemade best ever hummus somewhere around here once I figure out how to do that. So I just finished eating my potatoes, and now I'm going to sip on my coffee, and I'm going to do my Duolingo. I'm practicing Spanish. I'm on like 140 something day streak, so I'm super proud of that. And then I'm just going to get some stuff done around my house and probably get a workout in before I have to pick up my daughter. And yeah, so I will see you at lunchtime. Okay, I am making rice bowls for dinner of some variety, not quite sure yet, but I know that I wanted to have some tofu in it. So I very unevenly cut up some tofu that I just popped in my press when I was working out, and now I'm just going to toss it in a quick marinade so that it's ready to go for dinner. So toss it all back in my tofu press container because I am too lazy to dirty another container. Course. This is all about making things easy. And my marinade for today is going to be coconut aminos, lots of garlic powder, some poultry seasoning. It's just kind of random, but it makes it kind of chickeny. And then nooch. And then I'm going to give this a little toss, and I'm going to put it in the fridge until I am ready to cook dinner. And I'm literally just going to toss this whole thing in the air fryer to warm it up and make it a little bit crispy. And then it's going to go on top of my rice bowls with whatever other veggies I decide to throw in it. So, good to go. Excuse my post-workout glow, but I just wanted to pop on and just say, like, things like the tofu, I'm always working on prepping those things as I'm going. So if I'm home during the day, I'm going to be doing things to make my life easier in advance. So like at breakfast time, while my breakfast was cooking, I took the time to prep some asparagus for my lunch because I knew I was going to want some veggies to go with my lunch. So I just prepped those and I boiled them for like 4 minutes and tossed them in an ice bath, and they just sat there while I was working out and doing other things. So tiny little things that'll help me prep to make my life easier in advance. I'm like always working on those. So like if I'm making dinner, and I have the oven on, I will throw like sweet potatoes in the oven so that they're ready for the next day or during the week to make my life. It's always just about making steps easier. So like I have sweet potatoes ready to go in the fridge, and I'm going to use them today for my lunch to make it even simpler. So see you at lunch. So for lunch, I'm having some sweet potato toast. So I'm going to pick out 2 big sweet potatoes, and we're going to cut those in half. So we're giving our halved sweet potatoes a smush, and then we're going to pop them into the air fryer, and then we're going to top them with lots of yummy goodness, and I will show you when we get there. I love meals like this because it's a ton of veggies to help fill me up with low calorie density food, plus sweet potatoes. Potatoes are one of the most satiating foods on the planet. And these ones are the Japanese sweet potatoes from Trader Joe's. They are my favorite. And they're so fun this way because you can top them with whatever you like. So I did avocado and tomato, hummus, everything but the bagel seasoning, a little bit of nooch for a hit of protein, and pickled onions, which I make. They're so easy. I'll link to how to make them below. And it's a filling meal. It's delicious, and it's on point.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Okay,
bye.
See you later. There's that tofu I marinated earlier going into the air fryer for dinner. We had a super busy day, so I needed to throw together a really quick meal. Something that took me a really long time to realize was that I didn't need a recipe for every single dinner that I made. So this is a good example of that. I had some veggies that needed to get used up in my fridge. So I put in some mushrooms, some cabbage, and I just water sauteed those with a little bit of soy sauce for flavor. I also added in a bag of spinach to this, which I did not video because that also needed to get eaten. So I'm just going to cook this up until it's cooked to my liking. Nothing really fancy here. And then I'm going to chop up a bunch of fresh vegetables. So I cut up a whole English cucumber here. This is for my whole family. So we did a whole one. I also chopped up some pickled radish and some scallions for some flavor on the top. And then I decided to build my bowl. So I put in a ton of those veggies that I just cooked up. On the other half of my plate, I put in rice, cooked up sushi rice, and then I put on extra stuff for topping. So crunchy cucumbers, those green onions, and the radish for a nice bite. Of course, I'm going to add in some avocado because it's a sushi bowl and I love it. And then for extra flavor, I'm going to put in some kimchi that I found recently that was vegan. Then we're going to top it off with our crispy tofu from the air fryer, and we're going to enjoy how beautiful it looks for 1 second. Ooh, before I'm going to completely destroy it and chop it up. I added sriracha, coconut aminos, and some sweet chili sauce, and then of course I'm going to grab some nori and eat it like this because it's the best way to eat a sushi bowl. Thank you so much for joining me on another What I Ate in a Day video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you never miss one. You can find free recipes over on my blog, samcookskindness.com. And make sure you leave a comment below to let me know what kind of videos you want to see from me. If you like recipe videos, if you like seeing what I eat in a day, let me know. I'll see you in the next one.